Hello there, David from Canada, Philippines Adventures. Are you planning to travel to the Philippines? Let's talk about luggage. Luggage. Whatever airline that you are planning to fly with going to the Philippines, very important that you check that airline to see what you are allowed to bring. They all vary. If you watch this video, you will see that I've shared that, checking out different flights from the US and also from Canada. So it's very important that you take your time to find out what is actually allowed. What I was shocked was is I noticed a lot of non-carry-ons and no checked baggage. You had to pay for all that, and it all said to check with the airline. So very important that you do this step because you don't want to deal with this once you get to the airport. Deal with it now so that you know. So I've had my own challenges looking at luggage to bring to the Philippines. I've been going to the Philippines for a few years now. At the very beginning, you learn as you go along. What I have found though is a lot of the luggage that is available to bring is very heavy on its own. So it limits what you can actually bring. So for example, I'm allowed a carry-on and a personal item. Both of them are 7 kg, that's 15 pounds. So when I was originally looking to travel, I got this really nice carry-on bag, which has rollers right here. It's not this actual one, but it's another one that's very similar. So it's got the wheels for rolling, it's got your handle. So it's very nice to be traveling with something like this. The problem is that it weighs quite a bit on its own. So you want to get one of these scales. These are an official scale so that you can weigh your own items. So this one is lighter than my original one. My original one was almost 10 pounds. So can you imagine if I would have kept that? I could only put 5 pounds of items in it. This one is lighter, but still it is limiting what I can actually bring on my carry-on. So if that is important to you, because 15 pounds is not a lot. Once you end up taking the actual item out of the equation, say it weighs 6 pounds or 5 pounds, that's only 10 pounds that you can bring. And when you have a guy, for example, your personal items, if you're bringing a shaver, just any shirts and other items, they all add up very quickly. That's why a scale like this will come in handy so that you can realize how much things actually weigh. If you get to the airline, they weigh everything. If you get to the airline and you are over what you're allowed, they will charge you. So they're in the business to make money. So very important to do this prior to leaving so that you don't have any surprises. So again, going back, I'm allowed with my flight, I'm allowed an actual carry-on item and a personal item. So what I have done is I've gotten a duffel bag, this Eddie Bauer duffel bag. So it's much larger than what that carry-on luggage is. So I can put a lot more items in this. This only weighs under 2 pounds empty compared to say 5 or 10 pounds. So I can put a lot more items in that. Personal item. So this is a knapsack. I have a lot of very nice knapsacks, but once I weighed them, I was shocked to find out actually how much they weigh on their own. Again, limiting what I can put in. So I went out and got an inexpensive knapsack, weighed it, it's light. This is where my laptop will go in. This here has to meet specific requirements if you're allowed to do a carry-on. This one goes under the seat in front of you. So it must be a specific size. It's small. This one right here, the large one, this is going to be my first time doing a check bag. So my check bag, I'm allowed to have 2 check bags up to 50 pounds each. So when I was looking for the luggage, I was shocked how much they actually weigh. So again, I was using that scale. And some of the luggage on its own weighed 10 to 12 pounds empty. 10 to 12 pounds, that again limits what I can actually bring because I'm only allowed a maximum of 50 pounds. Anything over 50 pounds, I have to pay for that. And they do charge a lot. What's important with the size is that whatever airline you are taking, make sure you confirm the actual size, because if it doesn't meet their specifications, again, you're going to pay for oversize. So all these little tips and tricks, it's very important that you do prior to traveling so that when you arrive and check in to fly to the Philippines, because you're excited, that you don't have any of these issues. I shared in another video, you can watch this one, about actually what happened to a person that I met that was traveling from the USA. So watch that video and you will see what actually happened. So going back to the luggage, I wasn't having any success. I was going to a lot of stores locally that sell luggage only. And again, I was shocked. I brought the scale and they're looking at me like smiling like, wow, this guy's coming in and weighing everything. And I said, yeah, I got to weigh it because I'm only allowed a certain amount. And I'm already nervous doing this baggage because of all the horror stories. And it's not just the horror stories. I actually experienced watching them throw the luggage on and off of the airplanes. And I know that's going to be my luggage. So going back, this one here I got online and it's classified as light luggage. So I was pleasantly surprised when I weighed this. I wasn't sure once I received it, but when I received this one here, it's under 5 pounds, which is great because that gives me 45 pounds of product items, personal items, whatever to put in there. So I'm very happy. That's a spinner. I'm not going to get to really enjoy that spinner because when I get to my initial flight, I'm just going to be checking it. And again, this is my first time doing a check bag. I usually just do carry-on. I'm going to be flying to Manila and then I will be traveling onward. I have to find out still if I can actually pick up the luggage in Manila and then take it with me to the next terminal because I will be getting into international terminal and then I have to get a free transfer bus over to the domestic terminal. Make sure that you watch this video here because it's free. Do not charge. Do not pay anyone to get you over there. It's no charge. So it might actually come in handy if I can pick it up in Manila. So when I get off the plane in Manila and I go to the baggage area, if I can pick it up off of that flight, that's what my preference would be because now I'll know that it actually arrived there. And then I will actually get to get the luxuries of wheeling it because I'll be taking it to the next terminal and it won't be very far, but once I get off of the actual, well, actually from luggage, I got to get to the free transfer bus, so I'll get to utilize it there. But also when I get off the bus, I have to wheel in to get into the domestic terminal, so I'll get to use it there also. So I'm not sure yet. We're going to find out once I get there. This is all new to me, but it would be nice if I get to utilize the nice features that it has to offer. It's a great bag that I always bring with me for traveling. I have a larger one also. This is called Pack Safe. What's nice about this is, for example, if I'm going to any restaurants, and you know, I get up and I want to go pay for something, or I need to use the restroom, I can actually secure this around and kind of lock it in a way that it's not easily taken, and I can secure all the zippers. So this is a great product, and it has a lot of different areas inside compartments so that you can hold whatever you want in there. So when you're traveling, obviously your passport, once you get to a destination, I don't recommend you carrying your passport around with you all the time. Make sure that you put that in a safe place. So this is a bag that I will end up having, and like I'll have, for example, if I'm not using my Pocket 3 DJI, I'll have that in here also. So it just sits there, it's nice and comfortable, easy access once I have my Pocket 3 in there. I'll have other important documents, as I mentioned, and make sure when you are traveling, before you travel, get some pesos. So I've mentioned this in other videos, bring some pesos. So I went to my bank, well actually I went to my bank, place an order because they don't have it, but get some pesos. So what I got was a 1,000, a 500, they didn't have any 100s, but I got a bunch of 50s. And I also got 20s. You don't have to worry about not having any money on you. So if you're flying into, say, Manila, and you're doing an onward to another destination, final destination, for example, Dumaguete, you got money to get some food, right? But also when you arrive your final destination and you need to take a trike ride, you've got some cash to be able to do it, and you have lots of different currency size bills to be able to pay. So if you're going to Dumaguete, for example, from my past experience, if you're staying, say, at the Brick, which is very close, it's right across from the Dumaguete sign, which is close down by the port, or if you're going to be staying at the Beth House, which I stayed the first time, which is right at Whistler Boulevard, and to get from the actual airport to there, you're paying 250, so 250 pesos. So you have plenty of currency. They will try to get more out of you because you're a foreigner, but don't allow them to do that. If it comes to the point, walk out of the airport and walk to the road. It's not that very far. It's not very far, and you will get a trike driver for that 200 to 250 range to get you down to, say, to the Brick or to Bethel, the Best House. So that's some great tips for you. Also, for the next morning, you can go to the Why Not, which is just down the street, and you'll have money for breakfast. Breakfast, you know, the prices keep going up, but last year it was 400 pesos for American style breakfast, which is a good sized breakfast for a guy. So hopefully these tips help you. Make sure you turn on the notification bell. Make some comments. Let me know what your thoughts are in regards of bringing some currency, and where are you planning to stay, or where are you in the Philippines? Share, like. See you on the next one.